Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of the Smoke Room. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the news version earlier, then you can go to their Patreon, which is $3 a month for this and other games. So, on last Let's Play, we ran out of the room that we were, listening to Nick and what's his name's conversation with, and found Beckett's? Yeah, Beckett's, and they're going through papers. We didn't seem to inquire what those papers were, but, we had a bit of a chat, and we're like, hey, why were you so scared that first time? I was like, well, I have hallucinations sometimes, and I saw something behind you, which was spooky, but it wasn't the worst thing I've seen. Also, my twin brother is a terrible person because we have Huntington's disease, or parts of our family does, and he used that to get one of their family members to not get a job, at which point that person committed Minecraft when, the symptoms showed up of it at some point, and them not getting the job. So, not a great guy. But anyways, we went to go deliver those papers, picked some other person on the thing because we were able to change our answer, thankfully. It had the golden retriever, our husbando, which I guess maybe he is now, the big bear guy, and the two other guys. We picked the two other guys because quite insignificant. And from what I know, might not get us the worst ending. At least up to this point. And then, now, we're going into the mines, because either they changed their minds, or I got the night wrong. We're getting that gold now. And hopefully not death. Oh, and the thing we're sending over Reddit, and the National Guard's coming in, because capitalism. Hyena! Here's that face. And continue. All of us have to crouch to avoid the stalactites and the rest of the cavern ceiling. First, we go left first. Okay, trying to remember, because we're probably gonna have to remember this. But then instead of going left, where Jack led me, we go right. Okay. Go left, left. I picture the map in my head, and Yao's stern glares, when he instructs me on which direction I should go, even after getting turned around. It's fuzzy, but it's there. After that right, you go straight, as you go without stopping. Okay, left, left, right, straight. You take a left at a dead end. Left, left, right, straight, left. Then, right at the corner, then another right. Left, left, right, straight, left, right, right. Then you take a left at the T-junction, going all the way straight until you can't go further anymore. Left, left, right, straight, left, right, right, left. Hopefully there isn't a timer on that. To the tunnel with the big fissure. Left, left, right, straight, left, right, right, left. We've almost made it. What should we do if we hear voices? Ignore them. We had a bad ending when we got turned around. Just saying. No, they don't know that. He hands each of us a burlap potato sack. We should fill up as much gold as these bags, and our pockets can carry. I wonder how much gold a potato sack could carry, because, gold's heavy. And potato sacks, well, I guess I do carry, quite a few potatoes, but anyways. He passes me a pick, and a hand crank. Hand crank? Wouldn't it be faster to use dynamite? We don't know anything about the natural integrity of these caves, Sam. Also, people working at night, I think? A blast could cave us in. The work will be slow, but discreet. It's the safest way to do this, for more reasons than just cave in. We all take a look at the fissure in the wall. I can tell that Nick is tense because he isn't humming. I can tell that Yao is tense because he isn't moving. But the three of us step through the threshold. We hear the sound of running water again, like before, but thankfully, nothing else. The gold veins glitter in the light of Nick's cap, and for a moment, we're more awed by the divinity of nature than scared of it. Nick takes the first plunge into the ore with his pick. I'm terrified. I half expect to hear a scream, or for the earth itself to quake and rumble. But the rocks, speckled with glitter, tumble down at his feet, cleanly. Yao uses a hand crank to drill holes into larger pieces of ore, then takes care of the rest with his pickaxe. I ask Nick where I should aim each time, and just chuckles and points. It feels like it takes a few hours to fill the bags with rocks. They're really damn heavy when I put the sack on my back. I'm glad my job demands I keep the muscle, or else I'd probably be struggling by right now. Yao grunts as he wears his sack too. That's a weird way of saying put it on his back. And wipes his forehead with the back of his hand. Now, we have finished the easy part. I'm too busy trying to catch my breath before I can respond. Left, left, right, straight, left, right, left. That was the easy part? The hard part will be storing and transporting the gold, not only out of the mine, but out of the city. It's too precious to leave in the bunks. And nothing we put in there is safe anyway. Yeah, well with your cap. He adjusts his cap. How utilitarian of you. You're starting to sound more like me. Well, what else am I gonna say? Knowing you, I thought you would consider saying goodbye to everyone. Saying goodbye to everyone the hardest thing? I guess that's correct sentence. Don't remind me. We can always write them once we have all this money to our names. It doesn't have to be goodbye forever. And it won't be. So long as nobody becomes suspicious of us. If we're rich now, why don't we ride out of town in style? Miners all of a sudden coming into a lot of money for no reason? We could afford the fanciest car on the train. After all this, I'd say we deserve it. No. Tickets are trackable. Are you coming with us, Yao? I would like to. Though there's another I would like to travel with us. If he will listen to me. Who is it? I'm thinking it's the little guy that has the fingers missing. I can't remember his name. The tiger exhales. The sable. Cheng Fu Lin. Yep, I remember. Because I was able to read whatever Chinese it was, which said something about them sleeping together, if it was translated correctly. You mean the opium dealer? Yao frowns. I wonder what he would say if he knew that this is the first thing people think of him now. He shakes his head. I want him away from those people. But we cannot tell him about the gold. I want to try to convince him another way. If he does not come with us after one last attempt to convince him, then I will be content with leaving him here. Sounds like you already expect him to say no. I hope he'll say yes once he hears what he needs to hear. Who will he say goodbye to? Will, Cynthia, Dora? That is, if I could face the dab. Sorry for these reading yards, it's at night. And I was like, I wouldn't do one of these at least. She was always better than me then she had to be. As loath as I was to be in my position. I don't intend on talking with Willem once we're out of Echo. Maybe he'll come to his senses and work in a better city. Well, here's the thing. His wife works for your boss. One of them. Though I'm not sure if he knows. We'll see how he reacts to everything tonight. Reacts to what? Briggs called the National Guard. The National Guard? These men are in danger. We know Yao. That's why we had to get the gold tonight. If Will is present, I think he'll be able to keep everybody safe. Against the guard? That is a considerable amount of faith placed on one man. Nick puts both of his hands on Yao's shoulders. I frequently place considerable amounts of my faith in one man. Solidarity forever, friend. The tiger's ears flick, and he closes his eyes, nodding. Solidarity forever. I stare at the two, who seem to be in a moment of silence. That's a thing that communists say when they agree to share everything, right? Not exactly, Sam. The tiger shrugs. Close enough. The both of us have been sharing you at the very least. I was like, wait, what? Ah. True. That part there where he's like, oh, I've been sharing there, smirk, and then he's like, what? Let me... excuse me? Nick's brow furrows, and he blinks a bit. What? Don't worry about it. Now then. We should think about where we're going to stow this gold before we go back into town. So long as you don't keep it in the mines. Well, I would hope that point is given. Nick still looks like he's thinking a great deal about something. But then, he looks like he puts it to rest. We could bury it like the Corsairs used to? What the hell's a Corsair? Sorry, this is one of these things where I'm like, I'm gonna look this up in case the character doesn't say that. People? A privateer pirate. Okay, there's a lot of names, but I've never heard of Corsair. Without losing it? I'd rather keep it in plain sight. No, wait, I'd rather keep it in plain sight. Surprisingly few are willing to sort through a bag of dirty laundry if that's the first thing they would find when looking for something. Let's put them in our travel cases before the sun rises. Agreed. I get the feeling Nick's sad that he won't get to bury his gold like a pirate would. Very well then. What we hear shakes us to our core. There's a terrible blast. And then a rumble. The cavern around us shakes and grumbles. I can feel my heart thump in my chest. What's happening, Nick? He doesn't answer so much as tackles me, taking me to the floor. He puts his arms and head over me, bearing my skull to his neck. There's a roar of earth and water bellowing around me. And then there's nothing. Nothing except for the sound of him breathing above me, slowly. Nick, are you okay? I'm fine. Is Yao okay too? We hear a sputtering sound, and then a growl. I'm fine. We're lucky. What do you mean lucky? He looks like he doesn't want to say what he's about to say next. Cave-ins are often lethal, or cause serious injury. Cave-in? I crawl out from under Nick's body and look toward the fissure on the wall. It's completely covered up with rock. A part of the tunnel behind it must have collapsed. Shit. I look on the floor for any sign of pick or any hand crank underneath the rubble. I pick up one rock, but 3 more fall in its place. The tunnel makes a terrible crunching noise, as if something is splitting by the seam. You might not want to be so hasty. There's nearly 500 meters of dirt above us, and 4,000 metric tons of water in the aquifer above. There's likely another way out, if there's running water down here. Considering that there are a great many things put down here that are not accounted for in any of the foreman's paperworks. The fact that Yao is down here at least makes me feel a little better. If there's anybody who could find a way out of here, it's him. Okay, I guess I don't have to remember left, right, straight up, BA. Now that's what I'm talking about. We stop when we hear a voice. Roger sounds hurt. Rogers will limp through it if he wants a cut of the overtime. I know those voices. You collapse the damn tunnel and open up a big-ass chasm. If this ain't the kind of stuff the bosses were talking about, then I don't know what is. I guess it's the Labrador and the Blue Jay. You heard that Assayer. Assayer? Oh, Assayer. You know, guy that does geology, I guess. No way, no how a river with samples like that in the soil wouldn't have rich veins of gold or silver deep down. I want to get close enough to make sure. There's a blue jay and a golden retriever. Nate and Ben, without goddamn doubt. No point in finding gold if we're buried in it. If we blast our way in, we can blast our way out. He set off the blast? Of fucking course he did. Ben? Nick cups his hands. What the? The dog's eyes go wide when he sees the light of Nick's hat in the darkness. It's just one of the foreigners. I ain't foreign, you dumb piece of shit. What with the company you keep, you might as well be. What the fuck are foreigners doing up here, there? That's a good goddamn question. This area of the mine is uncharted. What exactly do you think y'all are doing down here? Don't ask them that. Ask them if they know a way out. Settle down, Nate. Don't tell me settle down. Rogers would be under rubble if the rocks caught him. Could be under the rubble if the rocks caught him. Who's Rogers anyways? Look, I think I see blood. That's not blood, that's groundwater. The tunnel up there connects to the rest of the mine. Oh, thank you, Jesus. The Blue Jay looks overjoyed. We're gonna be able to get out of here. Ben squints and points a finger up at me. Now, that don't make no sense. How'd you get here if the annexes marked shafts aren't any but... If the annexes the marked shafts but ain't no... How'd you get here if it annexes the marked shaft but ain't nobody knows about it? Okay, I'm not sure if that's a typo, but jeez, that's hard to read. There's a fish in the rock that got overlooked. You're asking to dig this deep too, yes? By the boss? Yeah, that's right. So are we. Nick and I both turned to him, gobsmacked by the blatant lie he just told. Bullshit. It's the truth. He just said dig for deep, and we could for dinosaur bones. Oh, I guess he's like, I'm not talking very good American. Said they can be found at the bottom of the underground rivers. Dangerous, but worth for us. Triple the pay. Ben Nate snorts. Now, that does sound a lot more like him. Maybe they're supposed to be here, after all. Nick lowers his voice. Don't provoke them. They have the tools that we need to get out. What do we know about them? Can't tell you much about the bird, but that dog is fucking crazy. If you try to do anything for him, you'll just end up hurt, or worse. Nick speaks up again. Is it possible to go back the way you came? We'd be doing that if we could. I told you we could. And we're not fucking doing it, asshole. Now, who exactly do you think you are, talking back to me like that? You forget who's leading this run? It sounds to me like you're forgetting the objective of the job. We can barely do jack shit without Rogers, and we don't even know his condition. I'm not gonna die in a hole for your pride. You think I'm ever going to let you in on the job after this if you bail out now? Wake up, jackass. We need to get out of here. The foreigners had to show up some way, somehow. If they know the way out, they know the way out. It's that simple. and here I thought the albino was dumb. You have tools. We know a way out. Why not make an obvious trade, yes? We help one another. You must be the luckiest Oriental that sailed the ocean blue. The bird crouched down to pick up a hand crank. He starts walking towards us, then suddenly stops. His mouth opens like he's gonna speak, but instead, he gurgles. What? Ben pulls the pickaxe from his body and tosses it idly to the side of the floor. I told this man to listen. You mongoloids. I hope I can say that. You really think you're slick, don't you? You really think I'd fall for a stunt like that when, plain as day, I see the goddamn latch wearing his cap? Huh? Briggs would not allow that. Oh. Briggs does not want you. He cannot use you. He knows it. You know it. I know it. Poor old Nate didn't seem to know it, but he was too busy insisting everybody to know, insulting everybody to know, when he's burned up all his goodwill. You all up to something. Now, I might not know what it is, but it's pretty clear that it's criminal, and against the interest of CSGC as a whole. I was about to be like, okay, I feel like we're not going to have these guys around for long, but I really wasn't seeing this guy bearing a pickaxe in his compadre. He just killed a man. Nope. 2 foreigners and albino just killed a man. But they panicked and squabbled over whose fault it really was. And the only man with the tools to get out of this mess waited for them to take care of one another until he could claw his way out. I can promise you that the story that makes it to the papers, if you ever get to see him. I have no idea why he did that. Why would you care so much about legality? So, you're smarter than you sound. Legality? Or, I guess I could say, dumber, since you just let me know I shouldn't underestimate you anymore. You waste suppression on a violent killer? Wait, why was suppression on a violent killer? You are a force of nature. Only strength or will can break you. You could try and rush me for the tools. He takes out a pistol. But I don't care much for your chances. After all, I could just miss and bury us all. Or I might be a good enough shot to get you all at once. So, what do you want then? Was I not clear? I want you to try and kill each other. I promise I'll let the last one of you live, since I need you for the way out. We're not going to do that. Maybe not yet. But I have a feeling we'll all start getting a little desperate after a few days in here without food. Unless y'all have a good enough reason to turn on each other. I guess it's like egoist, but it's like, why would he be like, well, I'm gonna have people kill each other because I need a way out. Maybe y'all are here because you found something. The whole treasure is a lot nicer than a third of a treasure, right? I think for a moment that another cave-in is about to happen. Something big and stone-colored dangles from the ceiling, dropping behind Ben like a boulder. It's only when I see the legs extend that I realize it looks like a belly. We all stare at it. The thousands of socketless eyes stare back. I feel a scream about to escape my throat as Yao covers my mouth with his paw. Ben smiles a sickly grin from ear to ear. Are we already starting? I realize that if Yao wanted to snap my neck, he could, but he doesn't. He was muffling my yell. But as Ben waits, then noses, and turns to see what we're looking at, a horrible noise escapes him. Oh my mother God! The dog recoils, stumbling over the rocks, twisting his ankle before falling into the rapids below. His scream turns into a gargle as he's sucked underwater. If Ben isn't what kills us, it might be this. But it's not coming after us. And it doesn't go under the water after Ben. It walks up to what we think is the corpse of Nate. Most of me is horrified. Another part of me is raging with hatred for myself and the monster in front of me telling me to go. But another part of me wants to see what it does. Wants to understand the workings of something it shouldn't show. No. After all, whatever is before me might be divinity of a kind. But I feel Nick, burly arm grab me and bring me back. Yao runs behind the thing, grabbing the pick and hand screw before coming back to us. It doesn't chase him. It doesn't seem to notice him. But for a moment, all of the eyes look at me. And I close mine. I feel something huge grab onto me from behind. It's leathery and warm. Sam, we have to go. I open my eyes. There is nothing there. Nick's paws on my shoulder squeeze me tighter. Oh, God. My voice is hoarse, like my throat is all scratched up by sandpaper. Where'd it go? It went into the water. Without a splash? Yao shakes his head. It was silent. Like butter melting over a hot surface. But it was huge. And that's why we need to go. They both grab the sides of my arms and lift me up. But where the hell are we gonna go, Nick? Ain't nothing gonna make that monster let us alone if we spend our time here moving rocks. You make that monster... yeah. But that is the only way out. Isn't that right, Yao? Tied across his arms, saying nothing. He looks like he's thinking. You're quiet, Yao. There's another way out. I'm feeling like this might be a way to put it because it's kind of a scene change, and somebody's like, hey, stuff's happening. So, it's a good time to call it, I guess, with us trying to escape after all that. Woof. So, please comment, guys. I like comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, or otherwise. If you like my YouTube and like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the rest of it grow. And please remember to spend new animals to control the pet population. And if you want to play this game, it's available free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and to get the newest version earlier, go to their Patreon, where it's $3 a month for this and other games. And until next time, let's wait. Me, GamerWolfSix of the Smoke Room. So thanks and see ya.